So Dan, how did you get started in UFOs? What sparked your interest? What was the first thing that you can remember that happened to you that made you, ponder the question?
Well, I was born in July 1952, and I guess about maybe when I was 8 years old, I found a magazine, a Life magazine, with a picture of the UFOs from that sighting on the cover, with a big inquiry. What are these UFOs? And so that kind of started it as a kid, and I asked my parents about it, and they actually couldn't tell me what they were because they didn't know. They knew there was some mystery there. Then I saw The Day the Earth Stood Still as a kid, and I mean, that was a film that directly related to maybe some of the motives for visitations from other planets. And it certainly seems accurate today if you look at the way mankind in the last 100 years has basically started to turn this planet into a cinder. 3-4 holes in the ozone layer because of industrial production around the world, nuclear testing, wars. I'm just sure, just in theory, if there were another species in the universe monitoring us or near us, they would be very interested in what we're doing to this planet's atmosphere, and to possibly neighboring bodies. So there would be a concern there. And I think that in terms of the extraterrestrial machines that are coming and going, that may be a part of their motivation.
We've just had a rash of sightings all over the planet, and we've got Iran and Turkey and Mexico. I mean, it seems like we're being invaded by UFOs. Let's talk first just about what's actually happening out there.
Well, recently, the most dynamic sighting that we've seen, because it's corroborated by an actual government, is the sighting that took place over Mexico recently, where a drug surveillance twin-engine turboprop plane was at altitude taking pictures of possible smuggling routes, and they photographed with their infrared cameras 11 unidentified objects. Some of them were in pairs and in threes, and of course, these were objects that couldn't be seen by the naked eye, but were visible on the infrared cameras. Well, the United States Air Force, after the news appeared in America, and it was covered on CNN and Fox. The footage was shown on Fox. It was shown on CNN, and in the Valley Daily News on the front page had a big headline, UFOs with a question mark, and it had pictures from that sighting. And of course, the United States Air Force had to respond, and they said it was swamp gas. So I don't know whether swamp gas is not visible to the naked eye and visible on infrared, whether it comes in multiple balls, whether swamp gas is capable of doing a complete circuit around an aircraft and then taking off at high speed and right angles into the sky. If it is, then maybe it was swamp gas. But somehow this seems to be a legitimate one, because the Mexican government decided that we want to release this to the world. And this follows on the heels of the Belgian general who revealed some F-15 footage years ago of his Air Force planes chasing objects that were exceeding them in speed by twice again what his planes were going at. The French government over the last couple of years has released a comprehensive study on the UFOs. The Soviets have been since the 1950s engaged in numerous studies about landings, abductions, and the